Positive social relationship also were associated with a lower stress at work and lower intention to quit. Two things we have. If you have a positive relationship with your employees, so you will have resolved two issues. Number one, stress problem, and number two, intention to quit. Quit means to leave the organization. It means your employees will never quit the organization if you have a good positive relationship with your employees. Your employees have no desire to quit the organization, and employee will feel stress low. Remember that in psychology we study about stress.
Yeah.
Stress can be a biggest problem, a biggest road blocker for the employees' productivity. If employees are under the stress, he cannot perform well. He or she cannot perform well. Now, if you have a good relationship, if you have understanding relationship with your employees, automatically stress level will decline. For example, like what? Your employee face a problem. Your employee face a problem, right? Now he make a mistake. Let's suppose he or she make a mistake. You said, okay, fine, it's okay. What was a mistake? Like, forget about that. Now, instead of giving him or her showing him or her abusive attitude, you showing him a supporting attitude. You show them a supporting attitude. That supporting attitude change their mindset. When they change their mindset, definitely the next time they will not make a mistake. They will not make a mistake. If if your employee make a mistake and again you went to him in a very aggressive attitude, so definitely he or she will be heartbroken. Once a person becomes heartbroken, so he make sure that you cannot be tie that broken heart with if you pay them a lot of money, but the broken heart will not be tied up. So by good behavior, by good good attitude, you can make stress lower, and as well as remove the intention to quit. They have a less intention, very less. Clear?
Yeah.
See, we have so having a manager with a good interpersonal skill is likely to make the workplace more pleasant. Remember one thing, that every person wants to work in a pleasant environment. And what do you mean by pleasant environment? Again, we have another things. What do you mean by pleasant environment? A pleasant environment means a delighted environment. An environment where every person feels that proud. A place where every member of the organization feel proud that, I'm proud to be a part of this organization. I see like this. How, being a manager, how can you create a pleasant environment? You can create it. How? By mutual concern with the employees, by give them value, by give them a lot of opportunities, promotion opportunities, advancement opportunities, funding opportunities, give them, and take their contributions, value their contributions. Like sometimes see how it makes very pleasant environment. Like for example, there's a gatekeeper. You are sitting on the top, and you saw from the matter that the gatekeeper is there working and under the hot sun rising. You came down and you went to the gatekeeper and you give him a hug. Okay, thank you. Only say you said a thank you. Only you use the word thank you thank you for being here. Thank you that you are here. You're working in a gate, and we are saving upstairs. Now see, that gatekeeper will be very delighted, very proud that the boss came to me. That's only the example of the boss. If you come to your employees, there was a Dell company. About Dell, everyone uses Dell company. Dell company owner was doing what? What has tactics to make people more motivated? He was sometime in a week or in a month, he was coming to the place where employees are working hand with the craft, because that is a lot of machine, there's a huge launch, and people were working there, and different lines were there. Now see, when he was coming, he was just looking to people here and there randomly. He was not saying randomly he was selecting someone. Randomly, he was selecting someone like Ahmad. He was appreciating, well done, very good, $50. He was giving $50 on the spot. Now, when he was doing that, that person was framing that $50 and putting in front of this. That I received, and making a caption, that I received $50 on this day from the owner of Delhi. That's a proud moment. Everyone sees that label up on a desk, they put it in a frame, and everyone's trying to work hard, and I receive, maybe next week or next month, maybe I receive the same reward. So that is a tactic of motivation. That is a tactic of that's something that you take out your best from your employees. Is that clear or not? So see, you can see that when a manager is having interpersonal skill, good interpersonal skill, so that will help the employees to have a pleasant environment. To have a pleasant environment where everyone should work and feel proud that yes, I'm a part of this organization. And tomorrow they say that yes, I was. When someone say that about hey, about this organization, yeah, I work there. That's a pleasant place. Like today, like a Kabul Center, you might have heard about Kabul Center.
Yeah.
Kabul English Language Center, right? It was a center that I worked there in Pakistan, right? It was one of the great English language center. So whenever people talking about that, so I was feeling proud because I was a part of that team too. So for me, that is an honor to be a part of that team because it has a great environment. It was a great environment, great learning environment, an environment where there is no superiority, no inferiority, an environment where a managers supervise, and we say that managers and other line managers, they are working, they are sitting together, eating together, and they work together. Even they have no lack of arrogancy there. There was no arrogancy. There was no arrogancy that I work for the last of 10 years, that I'm a superior. No. A 10 years experienced person, he was coming to you and asking for help. He was coming asking that if you know about this thing. And we have a freely we can access to anybody. We can directly ask from the manager about any kind of when we were facing issues in English, so we were asking from anyone. They were not giving up like, oh, you don't know about this thing. No. They were coming with supporting attitude. Now see, the environment can matter a lot because when you work in a pleasant environment, automatically you will be grooming. Automatically a development comes. Automatically you will groom. Doesn't mean it is not groom that your knowledge will be groomed. No, your personality factors. What will be groomed? You will be changed. Your personality will be changed. Your behavior, your attitude will be changed. When tomorrow you will go to the next organization, you will go with a different perspective because you learn. Your growth is very good. Your growth was good. That's why you were a unique person than another organization. That a pleasant environment can affect on individual performance too. You see, interpersonal skill that make workplace more pleasant, which turns makes easier to hire and keep the qualified person. I see, if I offer a job, let's suppose this is a place we have a very pleasant. If this organization offer a job, so a person maybe in some other organization, he will try to crack this job. He will try to have the job because of what? Because of the pleasant environment. He wanted to work here because has surrounding environments, good. That's why they wanted to work. Being a manager, if you create a pleasant environment for you, hiring is the same. If there is a rigid rules and regulation, rigid means sakht. Rigid rules and regulation, or tough time, employees are complaining a lot, and employees are not satisfied. So for you, no one will work with you. Because if you cannot retain your own employees, how can you hire somebody else then? The important factor is that retention, your own employees should be retained, and the new employee should come by itself that, yes, I want to work with you. Is it clear or not? Being a manager, you need to study about interpersonal skill. You must have being a manager, you must have a good interpersonal skill. In order to what? In order to easier to hire the people and qualified. Easier to make it easier to hire and keep the qualified people. That's what that's why it needs. That's why management needs interpersonal skills. Clear?
Yeah.
See, we have come to understand that today's we have come to understand that today's competitive and demanding workplace. Today, see, we have come to know that we have come to understand that today's competitive and demanding workplace, managers can succeed on their technical skills alone. They also have to have good people skills. Technical skills cannot make you a successful person alone, because the environment is very competitive, very demanding. People's wishes are day by day increasing. Their demands are increasing. In the market, when you are, the competitors are a lot. Every person is looking for a great person. If you are a talented person, every person is looking after you, that to hire. But that's why they also, if you want to survive in the market, they must have to good people skill. So they also have to have good people skill along with their technical skill.
Qualified people.
Yeah, technical skill along with the technical skill means you must have the human skill too. Human skill. What do you mean by human skill? To understand the people. To have the power to work with people. You must have the capacity to work with the people. That's a human skill. That people should happy with you. People should happy with you and they contribute more to you. That's people skill, no? People skill that you want to retain the people, to retain the qualified people, and people can hire, and you can hire people quickly. That's what the people skill is. See? That's all for today. Right?
Yeah.
Because nowadays what it was. Now still we are not in an organization behavior.
So technical skills means what you can do, right?
What is your what's the technical skills you have?
Physically what you can do.
Yeah, but you can do that.
But people skills means which techniques you can use in order to motivate the employees to work proper and good for you.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Now see, organization behavior as actually before I just went through these things, right? I just introduced the basic phenomena of organization behavior. I said that organization behavior is a field. It is a field to study human situations. Study of the field to human situation within the organization context, in the context of the organization. People can work with the three factors. That is individual, group, and situations. Structure. We can see that how organization behavior can give you how these factors can affect to organization effectiveness. And we can also say that how these factors can be controlled. How these factors can be controlled. And further we discussed that within an organization, employees comes along with their lots of expectations. Emotion, these things comes. Now it will be altered, changing.
Yeah.
Being a manager, you have to control. Organization behavior will allow you to understand these factors. Being a manager and to understand these factors and which will help you out to retain your employees in the organization and as well as the effectiveness. Our major concerns are what? The major concerns are motivation, personality, leadership, conflict, employees, politics, organizational structure, and many more topics. We're going to cover that. Again, we say that before coming to organization behavior, I said it was a general overview firstly, because first you must have a little bit idea of that. But we didn't start from here. But inside the slide, we start from importance of interpersonal skills. So what is interpersonal skills? What is the importance of interpersonal skills? We talk about interpersonal, how much interpersonal skill is important within the organization. We studied about that until 1980s, they were, it was giving less attention to what?
Human skill.
To human skills. But later on, when scholars in almost 3 decades, people were having highly focus on human skills. They give the they give to the world that human skills are highly prioritized. If you want to be succeeded, so human skills, human needs. They say that humans are the engine of the organization. Humans are the engine of organization. So if you feed them good, you will be succeeded. We see a lot of today, Google, Microsoft, Apple, these are the successful companies. They're successful just because of what? Just because of their employees' input. Just because of their employees' input. So they provide facilities to the employees, so definitely employees will be satisfied and they work harder. I said, you might have used, over survey, more than 100 organizations, when surveyed more than 100 organizations, more than 200,000 respondents, they say that human skills are having, interpersonal skills of organization supervisor is highly effective on a employees' satisfaction. If you want to satisfy your employees, so you have to have
social relationship.
you must have the skill of you must have interpersonal skills. But then again, we say that being a manager, interpersonal skills will help you out. Will help you out to retain your employees and to hire people quickly. Say it. Interpersonal skills will help you that your employees will not quit. They will not quit their organizations. The more you have effective, the more they have effective, the more you have being a manager, the more you have effective interpersonal skill, the higher of your employee the higher employee output will be. Clear that?
Yes.
So after here we studied. Next day we will start from the
Organization.
no. We start from the what do managers do.
Okay.
We will talk about what do managers do. When we understand about the managers' tactics, then we come to about organization behavior. So what actually organization behavior is. First we have to go with a little bit of background, or then we connect it to organization behavior. Then we take the onward organization behavior to the next. Because first understanding of these things important before understanding of organization behavior. Clear?
Yes. Sir, can you give me slides?
Okay. You see that? Yeah, let's begin briefly defining the terms of managers, organizations, place where managers work. Let's look at the managers' jobs, specifically what the managers do. We will talk about that. Then we will go to because in organizational behavior, the most important contribution of who is that? The manager's contribution, no? The important contribution of inside the organization, that is the managers. So first we understand about the managers because they are the people who are highly concerned for the employees. Clear?
Yes.
That's all for today.